Hey YouTube, this is Alexander, and Google has finally released its new flagship device, the Google Pixel and Pixel XL. Now this here is the Google Pixel XL, the larger of the two devices, and today I'll be giving you my first impressions of the device after having used it for around 24 hours. So kicking things off, let's start with the build, which hasn't exactly been everyone's favorite for a few different reasons. The Pixel is crafted from a nice unibody aluminum with the top 1/3 of the back being made of glass, which creates for this super interesting and unique look in my opinion. Now I know that not everyone is a fan of it, but Google has said that the glass is there to better allow signals like NFC and cellular to pass through. I think it definitely looks better in person than it does in pictures, and I actually kind of like it since it gives a little something to somewhat differentiate itself from other devices. Turning it around to the front, we have that much talked about huge chin of the device, which while being relatively big, especially for not having anything there, isn't so bad to be completely honest. I do wish that they housed something like a notification LED or some front firing speakers, but again, it really isn't that bad. Now because it is made from aluminum, the back is actually pretty damn slippery, so I'm actually looking into getting a case for it to help out with that. Oh, and the Pixel is actually kind of a chunky device, coming in at 8.6mm, but I'll talk more about that in the full review once I get to see how that fares in day-to-day use for me. Now the buttons on the side are actually very clicky and provide a nice feedback when pressed. Anyway, moving on from the build, I want to take a moment to briefly mention the display. It's a 5.5-inch 2560 by 1440 AMOLED display and it looks amazing. Colors really pop and look vibrant, and I'm really looking forward to using it on a daily basis. Now as far as software and performance goes, oh, it's buttery smooth. Everything opens quickly and without stutter, even when a lot of apps are open, and the animations just look gorgeous. One of the features that Google is really pushing is Google Assistant, which is basically a Siri competitor and an evolution to the Google search function that we've had on Android since the very early days. You can ask it for information like weather or how tall some famous person is, or even just play games. Google Assistant is really conversational, so it understands context and even has a few jokes up its sleeve, which is just a nice bonus. I think Google Assistant is a really neat feature, and even though I've only had the phone for around 24 hours, it's been pretty useful for me when I need to look something up on the fly. Oh, and the little animation that shows when you press the home button or long press to get to Google Assistant is really nice and just shows the level of detail that Google put into the software. The fingerprint sensor is also super quick when you're unlocking your device, and I like how it's sort of nestled right in that glass portion of the back. It just feels really good when you're using it. You can even swipe down on it as a gesture to pull down your notification bar, which is super useful for people who can't quite make it to the top of the notifications area with one hand. Now another point of contention that some have about the Pixel is the circular icons that are present on the Pixel launcher, but I think they're actually kind of nice. You can call me crazy, and I know that people have complained about them to no end, but I never really had a huge problem with them, and I actually kind of hope that more developers get on board with these circle icons so they just look more uniform. Oh, and the app shortcuts are, well, I'm still getting used to having them around. Anyway, that's pretty much it for my first impressions of the all-new Google Pixel XL. Stay tuned for my full video review where I'll cover the speaker, camera, battery life, and pretty much everything else about the device. If there's a question you have about the Pixel XL and want answered, be sure to leave a comment down below and I'll try to answer either with a reply or in my full video review. Plus, I'll be doing a comparison between the Pixel XL and last year's Nexus 6P, so definitely make sure to subscribe so you don't miss that. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.